What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel here from the GeekSpeakNation channel, and I'm here to bring you my final video of 2020. So here we are. Like I said, this is the last video of 2020. I know for some people at the time of me posting this video, it is already 2021 in places like Japan and Australia and stuff like that. So congratulations, you guys made it out of 2020. But I just wanted to say, before we get into this reaction video and looking at this new Guilty Gear content, I just want to say thank you all for an amazing 2020. This is definitely a year where my life got turned upside down, and not in the good kind of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sort of way. And I think that goes for a lot of people when it came for 2020. This was definitely a big test for a lot of people. And yeah, it's been rough, but we've had an amazing time on this channel, and the things that we've been able to accomplish has been absolutely fantastic. We're about to cross 2,000 subscribers. So many of you guys have joined, from whether it's from the Cyberpunk community or from the reaction videos. Thank you guys so much for supporting the content. All the love that I got on my Japan Sinks video, and me experimenting with the new style of content that I really want to be the future of this channel. I just appreciate all the support that I've been given, and especially on the Twitch side. I started off where my YouTube channel was just a place where I posted my Twitch highlights, and now I'm officially an affiliated partner over at Twitch. So thank you guys so much. It means so much to me, all the support that I've been given over the course of time. And 2021, we're just going to go full send and keeping the content going, and I just want to give you guys the best content that I possibly can, and really push what I know that I'm capable of, and what this community and what this channel is capable of. But regardless, thank all of you for sticking by through thick and through thin, and through times where I just wasn't posting at all, whether it was because of school, whether it was because of my job, or it was because of life in general. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot. Now, let's talk about some Guilty Gear. And today, Anji Mito, I think is the way we pronounce his name, is the second to last character coming out for Guilty Gear Strive. And to be honest, I've never actually played as him before. Like I said from the jump, I am new to the Guilty Gear franchise. I've only played a little bit of Guilty Gear XR Rev 2, and then I've played the Guilty Gear Strive beta. That's it. So my knowledge of actual Guilty Gear characters and lore is very, very limited, besides some YouTube videos that I've seen for a lot of characters. I believe he's like Baiken's brother or something. I'm not too sure. I'm telling you, I really don't know. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of playstyle he's going to end up bringing. And on top of that, it'll be interesting to see if we end up getting a hint at who our final character is going to be in the roster. Because, you know, Roth is a little bit light, but of course with ArcSys, as much as we love them, oh boy, they're greedy, and they're going to be, you know, peddling that season pass immediately, even though the game isn't even out yet. But that is just the nature of fighting games at this time. So yeah, we're going to see how he plays. We're going to see how it's going to go. Maybe we'll see some of the system changes that have been implemented over the course of time since we've last seen this game. I think it's been, what, 2 months or so, or something along those lines. But since we had those exhibition matches with those pro players like Oichi and all them. So it'll be interesting if we can find any little nooks and crannies of changes to the game systems as we know it that we could try to catch. I try to keep a keen eye, but I can only know but so much, not being an experienced Guilty Gear player. But with that being said, guys, let's watch this video and see what ends up happening. And for the last time in 2020, I gotta get my glasses because I'm an old man. All right, let's do this. Let's see what we got going on here. Look at that roster. Alright. He does use fans, that is true. My god, this is loud. Did he combo from lights? He has a very flamboyant presence. Okay, interesting. Then we have that. Release date. Any hint at who the last character will be? Next character trailer coming in February. Okay. Alright, well, let's see if we can glean anything from him. So initially, I just want to say I do like his design. His design is very nice. I think normally is he shirtless normally in his other designs from what I've seen? I am not too sure. I remember he does have the very, very small glasses though. Very anime. And still no voices yet for a lot of the characters, or English voices as well, even though they said it would be fully dubbed. So he goes into a low. That's a counter. He did a counter low. Did a leg sweep with the fan. So I don't think that's a light, but maybe. Who knows? And then he goes into the standing. That looks like a standard jab. That looks like a punch into a down, whatever that is. Down kick maybe or something like that. It's different. It's a different down attack than the other one. But he goes into this down attack. And then he cancels into the special move. Okay, so. And then again, the same special move right there. Interesting. So now, was he just rushing and he caught him? Yeah. Oh, look at that. So he blocks the attack. And then he gets counter crushed right there. So maybe the move is invincible, possibly? Either that or he just naturally countered the attack and he saw the gap. But okay. So you're going to get an attack of opportunity. He does like a little short hop forward, a little skip forward. And then he hits him with the fans. And then goes into that same down sweep that we saw earlier. Whatever button input that is. And then he hits him with this air attack that ends up ending the match, because that's like the slash animation. Just Miller Rage. Just anywho, getting distracted. Let's see here. I'm not sure what attack that would be, but he counter crushes right there. It's from my perspective, it doesn't seem like too much. They're showing a lot of what he can do. Granted, it's a very, very short trailer. Arxis is known for doing these very short trailers, but it feels like I was able to glean more even from someone like Giovanna, who I'd never seen before either, but learned a bit about her playstyle. So it looks like he was in that like a defensive stance right before that. So maybe this is a counterattack. If you are familiar with the character from previous entries, let me know if he does have like a counter stance or a counter attack. But I mean, he ends up doing that when Sato is like right there going in for the attack. And then he counters it. And then listen to the special attack, it looks like, that launches him up in the air. And then he gets a free follow-up while he's falling, where he goes into a kick and then he goes into attack with the umbrella, which knocks him all the way back, which prevents any more. Well, that was a little bit of a staircase. You don't see that every day in Guilty Gear Strive. Let's see here, because it looks like he was already up in the air when it started. Yeah, so he had him already up in the air, hits him with an attack, does a jump, kick, does an air dash, a diagonal air dash, and then hits him with that fan attack and moves into another attack, which may be a special, I'm not too sure. But he has very, very small combo potential from what it seems. What was that? He goes for this, and he does like a spin. Again, this might be another counter state from what it seems. Well, that just seems like a regular block. Look, he's doing a regular block. And then when he goes in for the second attack, it looks like maybe he triggers, because it looks like a yellow Roman cancel. So either he triggers a special attack or he uses some form of a Roman cancel. Not too sure. And then it gives him a OTG. Well, not an OTG, but it gives him a little bit of Okizeme. Because the guy is just completely on the ground from that attack. And then, let's see here. He does the same spin attack again, but then he goes into a special. Interesting. Try to pick apart as much as I can from all of this. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with Guilty Gear or its characters, so I did my best to try to pick apart some of what he can do with no prior knowledge of the character at all whatsoever. But I mean, he just seems like he's doing a lot of the standard things that every other character has been doing so far in Guilty Gear Strive. The number one thing that I don't want for this game to fall into is just the same thing that I found in playing this game right here, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, is that where even though they want to be very appealing to people like me who are new players, there is such a thing as being too stifling in the creativity and limiting things way too much. I think the number one worry that a lot of people end up seeing is that these very limited, basic, combos are the only things that we're able to do, because they want as little as possible for new players to memorize. When in actuality, that ends up getting rid of a whole bunch of our options, like when you get rid of the light to Gatling. But yeah, so I am hoping he'll be able to do much more flashier things in the full release of the game and when we actually have our hands on with them. But for right now, it just seems like he's just doing standard Guilty Gear Strive things. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just nothing particularly blowing me away, or nothing as captivating or as interesting as, say, something like Giovanna, or heck, even Kaikisuke, right? But alas, February is when we find out what the new character is going to be. Overall, I'm still very hopeful for Guilty Gear Strive. I really want this game to work out. I really want this game to do very well. It has been a very dry time for fighting games. There's barely even been any new announced fighting games for anything coming out anytime soon. Project L is God knows how many more years away. DNF got announced, but that's still in development. King of Fighters 15 is somewhere. I don't know. It's basically the Elden Rings of fighting games. and then what else has been going on? Just a whole bunch of stuff with other fighting games, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I really do wish for the best for this game. I really do. I want nothing but the best for it, and I just want things to turn out well. It's just wasn't too impressed with that character. There are other characters that are much more interesting that one I've already played. But yeah, I just hope the next time that a beta comes around or a demo comes around that's going to be available, that one, the netcode is on point, because as much as I want to enjoy Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, I can't because the netcode is garbage. But yeah, besides hoping that the netcode is going to be good, we just gotta hope that they listen to a lot of fan feedback, and I really hope they understand that new players like me, we want to be able to do combos. We want things that there are to learn, or more difficult things there are to learn besides just the matchup, and besides memorizing just specific situational combos. We want more options and more freedom and creativity like we get with the Xrd series, but maybe just a little bit less complicated with the amount of system mechanics. I think that's the best entry point for the series for a new player such as myself. And then lastly, I know they're sticking with this lobby system, and I truly think that is going to be one of the decisions that might end up killing this game, because as knowing the friends that I have and a lot of other casual fighting game players and people who are slightly interested in fighting games, that lobby system is just going to be so dry, and it's going to be so tedious, and it's going to be so frustrating that they're just not going to want to keep playing. And that's just going to be a consensus for a lot of people. People just want to get in, play the game, play a game that works well, and then get out and keep doing it over and over again. And that only happens with good net code and a good lobby system, and also, of course, good game mechanics to go along with it. But with that being said, guys, those are my thoughts on this trailer. Those are my thoughts on Guilty Gear thus far, and I'm just hoping for the best, and it's going to be interesting to see who we're going to get in February. And speaking of the next character, who do you think we shall get for the next character in Guilty Gear Strive? I'm hoping for, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hoping for Elfelt, you know, it's just me. Or Biken. Like, come on, I'm always gonna vote for the fan favorites, even if they break the game or make people angry, just because they're, you know, they're awesome. They're awesome fan favorites. But besides that, genuinely, I would love to see Sin come back. Sin Kisuke would be totally awesome in this game. And I'd love to see him make a return. That'd be really, really fun. I'm a big fan of his character, and yeah, I think he'd be really cool to see come back. Or Dizzy, that too. But with that being said, guys, let me know who you're looking forward to. And again, thank you all for an amazing 2020, and we're looking forward to an even better 2021 here on this channel, here over on Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GeekSpeakGaming, which maybe we will stream tonight, maybe we won't, who knows. But regardless, thank you guys so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. I'm Daniel, and don't forget to get geeky. See you next time.